Okay, so now I'm going to start with this Ocean Forest potting soil from Fox Farm. I think they're the same company that does the Happy Frog. So, but people say they're very similar. I'm going to give them a try and see how they do on exactly the same seeds. Just decide what I like the best. I found that some of them, okay, all of them have a little bit of, like if I had a screener, I think I could tell better how much each one has of these little like rocks and stuff like that. But this one is pretty clean for, like it was pretty easy to put together. It comes in these clumps a little bit and you have to kind of, like they're fine. It does clump up a little more. I think it's because it's a little more wet. So, and it has kind of this nice feel to it. So I kind of like this one. It's kind of neat. They're all really nice soils. Here is how many rocks I found in the Ocean Forest. So Ocean Forest. This one I found even more in Sungro. So this is Sungro. I just kept finding little ones as I was. And I found little rocks in Sungro. So, but that's fine. If you screen these out beforehand, you won't have any problems. And I just pick them out. They're fine. These will be fine. And then this one is how much there was in the whole, in the Happy Frog. So you got Ocean Forest, Sungro, Happy Frog. They have just a little extra, work to them, I guess. So, and I also wanted to update you on this, that I realized, right, like while I was doing the other ones. So I have, right there's my Sungro ones, and then these are the Happy Frogs. But I realized that I wasn't planting the Happy Frogs in the 72 trays. I was planting the Happy Frogs in 98 trays. So that's why when I got to, like, most of these are in 98 trays too, the Sungro ones. But I got to this one in the end here, you can see, it was a 72 tray, and I'm like, wait, I thought they were all 72 trays. Apparently not. So I do remember having I don't know how I mixed them up, but whatever. They'll all, like, they're all fairly similar, so we'll just see how they work. I've got most of those in 98 trays, I think. Anyway, and then a 72, and then these are 72s. So that's all I have left is 72s. I have one lone 72 left, but I think it'll be cool to just experiment and see how these seeds sprout in these kind of smaller cell trays, and just once they get a little bigger, I'll put them into like maybe some red Solo cups or something. But all right, time for me to plant again. I'm doing, like, I'll do kind of the same order like that. I'll be like, this plant, this plant, this plant, this plant, So I've got them all kind of, like I showed you before, I have all this. I'll just label them all and then plant them all. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you the results of this part of it. It's kind of fun. Okay, so I was going to show you my setup for how I'm putting these seeds actually in here. So what I have is I have them categorized into basically one tray, one tray, one tray, one tray. I have this little seed spoon that came with the kit. And I actually have this seed planter, but I didn't use it today. I used my fingers, my hand. I just pour, like, the seeds into my palm of my hand, and then I pick them out one by one with my hand and put the seeds, in the little holes, which I'll show you how I made the holes. I took this and I just put it down like that and made the holes. Now on another tray, I just used another tray to make little indentations so that each seed would just kind of fall in the middle if I can get it in the middle. So, of course, there's going to be 2 seeds in some of them, and some of those ones, like, sometimes I'll find a little, let's see what this is. See, this one has a lot of clumps like that. Hopefully that one's okay. But so, you know, there's going to be a margin of error, but I will satisfy my curiosity as to which one of these potting mixes that I choose to use. And they'll probably all be just fine. See, look at all the lettuce seeds I put in here. But way too many lettuce seeds in these little pods, but I'll just have to weed them out a little bit. Or maybe they'll be just kind of nice having a little clump of lettuce, but could not control the flow of those lettuce seeds. Technically, if I put them on the end of this spoon, it does help. But I didn't do it on those. So those I'm going to have to weed their little extra lettuces out. And the celery is almost the same. It has maybe like 3 to 5 seeds in each cell, you know. So this is, you know, broccoli, celery, short day onion, iceberg lettuce, mustard, climbing L tomatoes. And I decided to add a row of climbing L tomatoes because I had some extra seeds. Now these ones I want to see if I can grow them. I know you're really supposed to plant tomato seeds indoors in like January or February, but I heard a story from somebody that I know where they had they had come across an old lady who said that you can just plant tomato seeds in the ground right when you were going to plant all those seedlings. So I'm going to give that a try anyway. I thought it'd be kind of fun. And I decided since I was going to do that, I would try some cayenne pepper too. So, got 2 cayenne peppers, 2 climbing owls. And the thing is, I have this times 3. So, whatever this setup is, I've got it times 3. So, and there's my 2. So this one is Sungro, and this one is, well, this row of 4 is Sungro, this row of 4 is Happy Frog, and then this row of 2 plus 2 equals 4 is Ocean Forest. I'm just going to figure out where I want to, like, put them. They may just stay right there on the ground while I water them. Anyway. Okay, I'm just watering them in. These ones, the Happy Frogs have already been watered, but the other ones are just soaking in there. First watering, activating the seeds, making sure that they soak all the way down, and we'll just see what happens. So, I should at least satisfy my own curiosity, and I thought maybe it would satisfy some other people's questions, you know. But which one is our favorite, huh? But I think they're all very impressive. None of them had any mold in them at all. They were very similarly really good. Like any one of these is that these are all going to thrive very abundantly. So, let me know in the comments if you have any experience with these seed starting mediums. And I know that I would recommend to get a screener. I want to get one. Just get some screen, like, there's this stuff that's kind of like chicken wire, but it's smaller squares. I've seen people use that. I can't remember what it's called now, but hardware cloth? I can't remember. Something like that. Anyway, it would be really kind of a good idea to screen out the extra like those little extras so that the seeds have a little easier time of it. But, you know, Bark and Rocks was in Forest and Sungro, but the least was in Happy Frog, so anyway.